Your Fujifilm X-T30 Mark III comes with a fun little dial that was introduced recently on some previous cameras, and that's the film simulation dial on the top plate on the left side. Now, despite how this can help with your creativity, there are a lot of little quirks that you need to be aware of. So in this video, I want to take you through an orientation of that dial, how to program it, and then some of those things that you need to look out for while you're shooting so you don't get surprised in the worst possible way. The film simulation dial is another way that you can change your film simulation in addition to going into the image quality menu and then film simulation, or assigning a custom button to film simulation, or doing it in the quick menu. You now have a dial where you can do it directly without going into any menus. There are 6 stock film simulations programmed: Acros, Reala Ace, Classic Chrome, Astia, Velvia, and Provia. C is a position that you're going to be familiar with in a few minutes. And then you have 3 additional user programmable settings. Those are FS1, FS2, and FS3. So if you want to use any of those pre-programmed simulations, you just click the dial over to that simulation that you want to use. If your favorite film simulation is not on one of those presets, or you want to customize any of those film simulations, creating your own unique film recipes, then you can click that dial to FS1, 2, or 3 after programming it to those positions. So let's talk about that programming now. You press Menu, go into the Image Quality Setting menu, and then Film Simulation Dial setting. Before we go into the FS1 through 3, just go down to Acros real quick. That Acros position on the dial is the Acros monochrome without any color filters applied, without the red, yellow, or green, just the straight up Acros. But if you want to use Acros with, say, the yellow filter applied to that, you just go into Acros and then pick the yellow filter or whatever you want to do. And then when that film simulation dial is set to the A position, that will use Acros with the filter that you selected in this menu. But now let's go back to that FS1 through 3, the completely customizable settings. Choose which one of those positions that you want to program, and then select your base film simulation. So since Nostalgic Neg is not on that film simulation dial, but you want to use Nostalgic Neg, you just go in here and select Nostalgic Neg. Now, whenever you go to that position on the film simulation dial, it will be Nostalgic Neg. But what if you wanted to customize that film simulation further using a film simulation recipe? Then you go down to FS Recipe and select On. Push the joystick right one more time, and then you'll see all of the image quality settings that you can use to further modify that film simulation, Nostalgic Neg in this case. You can add film grain, change the color chrome settings or the highlight and the shadow tone settings, save a white balance to that film recipe or dynamic range settings. You can just go through the list and modify those as you wish. Richie over at Fuji X Weekly has a very large collection of film simulation recipes that he has developed over the years if you want to look at that for a place to start or just experiment to create your own. You can repeat this process for the 2 other positions, saving a total of 3 either stock film simulations without any modifications, or 3 completely custom film recipes based on a stock film simulation with those further adjustments applied. Those FS1, 2, and 3 positions, customizing a film simulation, are very similar to the custom settings, the C1 through C7 positions. The difference, though, is that when you create a film recipe using the custom settings, C1 through C7, in addition to saving a film recipe, you are also saving other image quality, shooting, and focus settings to that film recipe. So that's more of a camera preset with pre-saved focus settings and shooting settings in addition to the image styling. But if you just want to save image styling without focus or shooting settings, then you'll want to use the FS1, 2, and 3 settings. So I guess you could have 10 different film recipes saved to your camera, 3 in FS1 through 3, and then 7 in C1 through C7. The FS1 through 3 are just going to be film simulation modifications, while C1 through C7, in addition to film simulation modifications, will also save other camera settings. Now that you've got that film simulation dial programmed, here are some things that you need to look out for and be aware of while you're using it. The first, biggest thing to know is that the dial is going to override everything. Whatever position that dial is in, it's going to override what you may have set in the image quality setting menu, in the Q menu, or even your custom settings. In this example right here, my C1 program had Astia saved as the film simulation, but my dial right now is in Reala Ace. So that C1 custom setting that I saved with Astia is actually going to be using Reala Ace because that's where my film simulation dial is. If you want to use the film simulation saved to that C1 through C7 setting, you have to set the dial to C. When that dial is in the C position, then you can use any of the menus or custom settings to change your film simulation. In fact, that film simulation menu in the image quality menu won't even be accessible if the film simulation dial is in anything but C. If you want to change it here, you have to set that dial to C. If you want to use what's saved to your custom settings, you have to set that dial to C. If you want to use one of the command dials to change the film simulation, you have to set that dial to C. To do that, you just press and release the front command dial until film is highlighted. You'll see that blue semicircle next to the film simulation on the margins of the screen, and then you can rotate that front command dial to change the film simulation. You'll also notice that if you have film simulation programmed to your quick menu, when that dial is set to C, now that setting is available for you to change in the quick menu. You can also modify any of your saved FS1 through 3 recipes in the image quality menu without going back into that film simulation dial setting menu. When you're using FS1 through 3 and you go into that image quality menu, you'll see which film simulation setting that you're using next to the options that can be changed. So if you highlight any of these and change those settings, that's going to be saved to that custom recipe. That could be a blessing or a curse. If you just want to change something real time temporarily, you can do that, but then you're going to have to go back and change it back to the way it was because it's a permanent change here. But the highlights to remember are that the dial will override everything that is in the menus for your film simulation, but if you want to use your menus or your saved C1 through C7 film simulation, you have to set that dial to C. If this is all just too much of a nuisance and you want to disable it completely, set it to C, and then you can actually lock that dial using the software lock. And you can reference another video that I did about the lock feature in Fujifilm cameras to lock this dial. So I hope this video helped you get a clearer understanding of what that film simulation dial does and how to use it. If you want to learn even more about your X-T30 Mark III, you can check out my X-T30 III tutorial course at photocourses.link/X-T30III. That course comes with videos, text outlines, a quiz, and some PDF downloads. And you can save 20% on that course with the code TUBE20. Please let me know if you have any other questions or comments about the film simulation dial. Subscribe for more great tips like this every week, and I'll see you in the next video.